It's good that you two are so close.
Yeah. It's good that you two are so close, I guess, too. But we are here. Another episode of Popcorn and Pints. We're starting off the rails behind the scenes as we always do. We're just
I just opened a beer that's 8.4%, so we'll see how this goes.
all right. Before you guys start fucking arguing, how many has it been today?
3, 4, 5. This is only number 6, but I've had some powerful beers today. It's not like last week where I just drank 11 summer ales.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
But
my only regret last week is that I didn't do a full 12 pack.
Next time. Next time, I'll make sure you do 12.
Next time, you got it.
I'm drinking pint-sized cans, so this one's 8.4%.
Ooh,
he's gonna fall out of his chair.
I can only hope. I'm not wearing pants. Like, you guys don't need to see me from the waist down.
All right. So this right here is going to Stories from a Bar in James. How does it feel to be outnumbered? Finally. It's been
I just realized that James and I are minorities.
Yeah. It's been fucking long. Listen to this. Because when Nick was here,
I'm scared.
And when
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared.
When Worst Damn was gone, it was me, James, Mick, and Chris for months and months and months. I almost started wearing sunglasses. It was so bright here. Now we finally got some color here.
Even out the playing field, baby.
Yeah.
It's not good. I got to hold on.
It's not good.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I got to put my wallet in my sock.
Hide your women.
Put my wallet in my sock. Oh shit! But you see how we kick it off over here on Popcorn and Pints as usual.
James even traveled farther south for this episode.
Yeah,
he did. He did. But how's everybody doing this wonderful Saturday night? That's Sunday twice. How am I going to correct myself and still be wrong? I said the same damn day. But how's everybody doing tonight, though? How you guys doing? How you doing, James?
Doing good.
Stars from a Bar. Worst Damn. How you two doing?
Chilling. Still haven't combed my hair.
All right.
Johnny,
for this, I would be asleep right now.
9 o'clock.
I know.
Yeah.
Very tired.
Wow. Hello. I am Johnny. I'm blessed and highly favored, brother. I feel good.
Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Even though we've been chatting for the last 20 minutes.
This is pretty much. I've realized over the years, it isn't just me. This is just men when we first get to meet each other and you have a good, fun conversation. You don't really ask names or nothing. You just talk and laugh.
Oh, we were ripping off jokes right away before.
And the way you remember each other, say if you meet in person, if it's a sport, oh yeah, that dude that like this team, or that dude with the blue car. Oh, that's him with the blue car now. What's up, man?
No, we were making Diddy jokes before I even knew his name.
Yeah, that's exactly how we started.
Like a buzzsaw. We just
You forget all this stuff. It's like, yeah, we'll eventually remember each other's names, get names.
I'll get your name later.
Yeah.
It depends. Because you know what it is? It's like, I'm not going to sit here and remember this person's name just to have one fucking conversation with them. There's some names that I've talked about 17 times. They're really cool. I'm trying to remember their names. I don't need to remember this person that I'm just going to talk to once.
I've had conversations with people walking into work that I know their face, but I have no idea what their name is.
Same.
All the time.
Walking down a long-ass hallway, having a conversation. All right, have a good day.
Same.
No idea.
It'll be walking down the hall, walking in, going in the elevator, and it's always talking about the same shit, pretty much not wanting to be there, going in slow, all this other bullshit. Yo, when we're leaving, there's hardly any conversation. Like, yo, keep up if you want to talk to me.
Oh, yeah, shut your mouth or run with me because I'm
exactly. I don't got time to chit chat. When I punch in, I'm gonna be on time, but I have time to chit chat. When I'm going home, nah, fuck that.
Exactly. It's a mad dash.
I'm blessed to have the concentration face, so everybody thinks I'm pissed off or something, even though I'm just in thought while I'm walking, and that usually does all right for me.
That's called resting bitch.
You're also 6'4", so that helps too. Yo, Gio, you are not lying. We're also talking about Enter the Dragon, and no, we're not talking about Cisco. I know Johnny wanted that, but
we can. I don't have a problem with that.
Great album.
Dragon.
Great album. But yeah, with these two films, let's dive into early ratings. James, you want to kick it off with Enter the Dragon with your rating?
Enter Dragon for me. I've seen a lot of Bruce Lee movies. This is one of the top ones. I'm going to give this one an 8.
An 8. Chris, stories from a bar.
I had 8 in my mind as well.
Worst Damn?
7.5.
And how about you, Johnny? I do from -10 to +10, but these fools do from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. They're
yeah, like normal people.
I like the negative system. But no, this movie for me personally, it's a 10 out of 10. This is me and my mom's favorite movie. I've seen this movie like hundreds and hundreds of times. I love me some Into the Dragon.
Awesome.
Nice.
I don't have a problem with that. I feel like I could be swayed even to go higher. Sturdy, what was your rating?
I gave this one an 8. I haven't seen it in years, but it's one of those things to where it's like there's just something about martial arts movies which I think we can all agree on. You could just sit down. The story does not matter. You want to see the action, and I love it even more. Well, I don't want to say even more, but I love tournament style martial arts movies or just tournament style fighting movies in general. There's just something about it where
differ
when it's done. Well, it depends on the movie. Not Tekken, not Street Fighter, not Mortal Kombat.
That's what I watch these kung fu movies for. It's those fucking stories. You know what I mean?
They don't. No. I'm not saying that that the stories don't matter, but you're not upset if it's like very cool action and the story is like, eh. Street Fighter didn't have cool action or a good story.
Yeah.
The new one may. Who knows?
Yeah.
But
as long as it's better than the Chung-Li one.
These old kung fu movies, there's even a difference between like these old kung fu movies and Bruce Lee kung fu movies.
Yeah.
Like Bruce Lee kung fu movies are a class of their own. I think it's probably safe to say. And honestly, the most mind-blowing thing about Enter the Dragon, I think for me, is because I don't know, I watch Bruce Lee movies rarely, but it's not like I'm going out of my way to watch them all the time or anything like that. So I constantly forget like when he passed, how he passed, shit like that. So I always find myself looking up every time I'm watching part of a Bruce Lee movie when he died. Enter the Dragon was his last movie, and it came out a month after he died, which is fucking insane. And this is probably the only Bruce Lee movie that if you bring up Bruce Lee in conversation, people will mention.
Pretty much.
I think this is his most famous movie. And it's insane to think that this is the last thing he did because he died at like 32.
Yeah, it's either this or Game of Death because I know the yellow tracksuit, that's like an iconic.
Yeah, it is. I don't see his movies. I have to go through again. I haven't seen them in years. Probably, honestly, damn near childhood. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but it's something that anytime I did watch, I'd always sit down and have a great freaking time.
And this came out in 73, and watching this, I'm like, this is still fucking fun as shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially Jim Kelly, you came straight out of a comic book. I love his lines.
And Giovanni, I hate that movie, Kung Pao.
That movie's funny.
Oh wow.
I could not stand it.
I thought it was funny.
I remember when you watched it, but I don't remember what your reaction was.
It was funny.
Wasn't very good.
Call me Fluffy.
I tried.
Yeah. And then the girl squeals and shit.
Yeah.
I tried.
Like,
not Gio. I didn't like it. Wilkie was good, man.
Yo, I'm watching this. So Bruce Lee, he's part of this. Clan's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, it depends on the culture you're talking about.
Yeah.
If it's like white culture. I mean, that clan's not good to talk about. If it's like Wu-Tang or like an Asian culture, clan's a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Ninja
and
Clan.
like, is it? I'm still not sure what organization comes to ask for his help, to telling him he has to go to this tournament. Was it the FBI?
I thought it was CIA.
Was it the CIA?
I thought it was CIA.
It could have been.
It's one of the 3 alphabet letters.
It's not that it's important, but they want him to go to this tournament. He's already been in a Kung Fu tournament. He's already been invited to because the guy running it, they suspect of dealing drugs and things like that. Like they're sure of it, but they just have no evidence. And Bruce Lee is motivated because this guy's henchman killed his sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's funny to me in that sentence you just said is, how does a drug lord have time to run a full-fledged, fully funded tournament? By the way, I'm pretty sure that he has sponsorship. I was wondering, how does a drug lord
every
have
3
that
years? It's like the World Cup of Kung Fu tournament.
Yeah, I deal drugs to the community, but then I also have a tournament.
I mean, that is a great question.
But he's running the tournament to find the tournament's a front. He's trying to find people to help build his drug empire in different parts of the world.
Yeah,
because
there are better ways to front your drugs.
Yes, there are.
All right,
He's exposing himself to a lot of people.
Have some fun with it. He's exposed himself to a lot of people, yes, and he wants people on his squad that can fight.
Yeah,
but they all get.
Like,
but
anybody can pick up a weapon, but it's like if you drop that weapon, you get beat up. You're not.
Whoever says no dies. He won't let him leave the island.
Obviously, he has bad. He makes bad choices because all his guards get tricked by Bruce Lee, and then they have monster Asian guy, Bolo. Kill them all as a punishment, basically.
Listen, I didn't say he had a great business plan. I just said he wanted people to fight around him.
He's got an army, bro. Those are expendable.
That's what happens when you don't have an accountant.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
He's good to go. He running women. He got drugs. Who knows what legit businesses he got? This dude chilling.
He's running his own daughters.
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Yeah,
he got his own ninja assassin daughters.
He's pimping out his daughters.
He was involved in drug trafficking and prostitution. Now we know somebody that's going through a trial that was pretty much around the same allegations. So all Diddy had to do was just do this, like have
a kung fu tournament.
Yeah.
pretty much have his own like MMA thing.
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
that's what the baby oil is for.
If Diddy has a kung fu tournament, he's the villain from Enter the Dragon.
Oh, he had a kung fu tournament.
Oh.
Delayed reaction. That's a delayed hit for me.
Hashtag kung fu.
Oh, that's what he had. Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
I did not expect it to take that turn.
Hey.
Yeah, it had to.
The diddler.
The diddler.
Yeah, I like how Bruce Lee
I blame Mick. He's not here, but I blame him.
That's fair. He's over at
the scene
Carolina Fear Fest. Carolina Fear Fest. Go check them out.
Oh, okay.
Go check them out. They're doing some dope stuff down there. But yeah, it's his fault.
They snuck up on me this year.
A word.
It was like, oh wait, tomorrow's my birthday. Oh wait, and then wait, Fear Fest is next week. Yeah, I'm not going to that. Sorry, not this year.
Well, happy early birthday to you, brother.
Oh no, it was last weekend. Thank you.
Oh, it was last weekend. Okay, well,
happy belated birthday.
Thank you. I am now 700.
That's good. That's good.
You know what
What'd
it
you
is,
think about
Black
this
No
one,
Grand.
Noah?
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no wrinkles in nothing.
Worst Damn, what'd you think of this movie?
Which one is this? Enter the Dragon?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
No, I mean, it's a decent watch. It's dated, which is why I gave it a 7.5. You know, younger times watching this, I used to think this was the shit. Nowadays, I'm watching it. It was at best with certain things as far as acting goes, whatnot. But other than that, it's still a good watch. I still enjoyed the story. I still enjoyed the action scenes. You know, who doesn't like seeing slow motion? Yeah.
Like, I'm sure I've watched this all the way through, but I couldn't remember when because I kept thinking I can't wait to watch Bruce Lee and Bolo fight, and that doesn't fucking happen.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh my God, it doesn't. You're right.
No, they leave it to the white guy to fight Bolo.
That's something we wanted to see.
I remember
too.
Bolo getting his ass kicked. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's right. Heather Landingcamp's dad fought him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
I actually, if we're jumping between generations here, as they were rounding up the fighters, like at the beginning, and they're going towards this boat, I'm like, this feels like Mortal Kombat.
It does.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's literally what it felt like.
Or Mortal Kombat felt like
Well,
that.
yeah, because Mortal Kombat,
Mortal Kombat clearly pulled from that.
Yeah.
But growing up in the generation where I watched Mortal Kombat first, I'm sure, I'm like, almost feel ashamed that I said this felt like Mortal Kombat.
Honestly, that's how I got introduced to Enter the Dragon was from the '95 Mortal Kombat. My mom was like, "You like this? Well, you gonna like this."
Really?
Oh, nice.
See,
Yeah.
I know I seen Enter the Dragon first. I can't tell you when I seen it, but I'm way more familiar with Mortal Kombat, of course. I mean,
yeah.
With our age generation, it's kind of easy to see why. The game was so damn popular. There was a time when that movie was always on TV. And
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. It didn't do it right, but it was closer than Street Fighter was.
Yeah, it just was.
Way
Then
closer than Street Fighter
then
was.
Annihilation.
They at least had some kind of story together.
Then Annihilation was just like, all right, hold my beer.
It ruined it.
Mm.
The moment Jax took off his robotic arms and had real arms underneath him, he's just like, "I'm gonna fight you out." I'm like, "You lost me."
Well, one of my favorite things about Annihilation was it picks up literally after the first Mortal Kombat ends, like within minutes, and somehow Sonya had a haircut between there. Even though, she's walking away from some kind of giant.
Yeah,
it was.
Chris Lambert suddenly became James Remar.
Different.
Things just time to change. Time to change. Now, John, you said this was one of your favorite movies. Yours and your mother's favorite movies. Like, of all time, or just
a martial arts movie? Period.
Okay,
this is our favorite. This is the top right here. Martial arts movie. Period. Certainly my favorite Bruce Lee movie because I think that's like the only Bruce Lee movie that I actually seen up at that point. But yeah, this is like my favorite. Like one of those like kung fu tournament movies. Mm-hmm. That and then Karate Kid 3. But
all right.
Those are my tournaments. Love me some Terry Silver, man. He was high on coke that whole entire time.
Yeah.
That's why it's your favorite. Just
he was high on coke the whole time. He decided to ruin this young kid's life.
Man, you gotta be energized.
That's funny.
Filming a movie's hard. Long shoot days.
Fucking 3.
Yeah. But those are my tournament movies.
There is something to say about those tournament movies. And I'm saying it like this because you have it, how this did have the tournament style. And then there's something about those martial art movies, like the one we're going to talk about in a little bit with Ninja Assassin, where the fighting and the violence is just like, yo, I'm here for this shit right now. Like, I don't need a tournament. What the fuck you're doing is just so goddamn dope. And that chain shit that he has, that weapon is just, first of all, I would injure myself. I'd probably kill myself with that thing. Just trying to spin it around. Oh, there it goes.
I'm cutting something off. I didn't want to cut off with it. That's for sure.
Yep, definitely.
I don't got good hand-eye coordination to begin with anyway. So I'm definitely losing a limb.
Definitely not like he has in this movie, in that film.
Man.
When they're rounding up the fighters in this, so you have the white guy that's carrying fucking a boat full of suitcases. You have the introduction to the black guy, the black fighter. I can't think of his name, actually.
Just straight up Jim Kelly. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
I don't know about his government name.
He gets stopped by police, fucking because he's black.
Yeah.
Knocks them out and steals the cop car. I'm like, all right.
As you do.
Awesome. Yeah, of course.
What did he say when he was like when he start before he hit the cops? He said something. I forgot what it was. It was funny. It made me laugh.
I don't remember.
He has a lot of lines in there.
He has a lot of good lines, and I don't think I wrote down any quotes.
Mr. Handman.
I like the I don't remember what he said, but there's a scene where he's sitting outside and he sees Bruce Lee like climbing up the wall and just going and doing his spy shit, his Bruce Lee Bond shit. Better than Bond did as far as the spy version of it, but I forgot
some of the Bonds.
That was the 70s, man. Roger Moore, he wasn't going to be able to do all that.
Nah, no, absolutely not.
When they're gambling on the praying mantis fight,
that
was good.
That was hilarious. Yeah. I'm like, yo, people that like to gamble will bet on fucking.
They will, man. They will.
Will bet on anything.
They need that fix.
There's turtle racing.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah.
There's something to do with crickets. I forgot what they have to do with that. But there's crickets. There's a lot of shit.
But the praying mantis fight is what got me. I'm like, real this is what you guys are betting.
And
Why?
and then Bruce Lee tricks that asshole on the boat to get into the life raft. And they
Yeah.
drag him behind the main boat.
And he got his ass kicked, by the way, too.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god, he didn't even get like one hit.
No,
That's when you give up. That's when you just give up. Like I'm done.
There were a couple
like
fight,
18 times.
like there were a couple things fight wise, outcomes I expected that actually didn't happen. I felt like I expected to see him. I thought would last a little longer. I was sure, Roper. I think it was what they were calling the white.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's who John Saxon was. He's
Yep.
Roper. Yeah.
I really thought
that what they were calling the white.
Yeah, the white.
Yeah. The whites.
The white. I'm trying to predict the movie because I know I've seen this, but it's been so long I don't remember anything about it. So I'm waiting for Bolo to kill him because I didn't think Roper was actually gonna fucking take out Bolo.
Yeah.
I'm like, it seemed like a little lackluster of a build up there because I'm like, how do you not have him fight Bruce Lee? Like, I know Bruce Lee's going after like the guy running this, but how do you not have Bruce Lee have to go through Bolo?
Yeah, because he's building up to it too. So yeah. I see disappointed.
Yeah. It's something we wanted to see, and I think it's the Bloodsport brain.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the Bloodsport brain. You're just like, okay, so he fought this dude, but he couldn't fight the legend Bruce. Come on.
Yeah.
Thinking about it like that, because I think of Bloodsport when you guys mentioned him, and I'm like, yeah, Bloodsport.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I think Bolo's in that. Yeah.
Is that the same guy? That's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it the same guy? No, it's not. No, Kickboxer's a different guy.
I forgot who was in Kickboxer.
Kickboxer looks like the dude from Street Fighter, the villain. You got that like braid, bald head.
Vega.
Braid.
Oh, Vega.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what about all the fighters get female companions?
Yeah.
As they bring them in, and then what is the black fighter's name again? It's not Jim
Williams, I think.
I think it's Williams.
Yeah, it is.
I call him Jim Kelly.
I can't.
I just call him by his government name.
I can only picture the Bills quarterback when you say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
And he's like, and he takes 4 women. I'll take her, and if I didn't pick you, I'm sorry. Understand that I'm tired. It's been a long day.
He had great lines.
What up, Mick?
Yes. What's good? Seeing snobs. What's good?
I hope Mick knows we blamed him for going off the rails already.
Oh yeah, we did. We started off crazy.
He's solving a murder though, so
well, that's good.
We're gonna murder political correctness. He's trying to solve how we murdered political correctness. That's
with a candlestick.
Yeah, and a hamster.
Yeah,
and some baby oil.
Yep, and we learned about kung fu tonight too.
I think there was a super soaker in there. I'm not talking about a squirt gun.
Yo, if this dude had some super soakers filled with baby oil, just shooting people, that's diabolical.
Oh yeah,
I didn't want to be a part of this. I came for the slip and slide, not the
call a good time.
the KY slip and slide.
Ooh, look at that! I like the rhyme of that. KY slip and slide.
Yeah, we have it. We have it at the annual P&P barbecue.
P&P. That just that just sets it all up. P&P, and all we serve is hot dogs.
Slip and slide at the annual P&P barbecue.
Enter the Dragon is a 10 from Mick.
10.
Nice.
Okay.
2 10s. Yeah, and the Dragon was a fun one. It was a good one. It's something I need to go and watch the other Bruce Lee films because I don't remember which one it was, but there was one I saw that I felt I liked better than this one.
I seen a lot.
It might be the
probably like
one.
Fist of Furies or Game of Death. Yeah.
I seen
Green Hornet.
That's the only negative and negative. Actually, it's not even really a negative. But when you think Bruce Lee, it's hard. I feel like maybe only because it's so far in the past at this point. These movies blend together. So if you're thinking back on Bruce Lee movies,
I mean,
in my mind, I'm like, I don't know what happened in what movie.
Yeah.
I would say that for us, but for someone that's like a diehard Bruce Lee fan, they'll be like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?" Like,
Exactly.
This is this kind of like how I am with Friday the 13th, like that franchise. I can tell you what happens and what if we're really sitting down discussing it. Like, no, that happened in part 6. What are you talking about? How do you get these mixed up over here? Not realize that not everybody likes this shit as much as you know what I mean, as much as the next person does or whatever. But
Sturdy, I don't mean to derail the conversation. You said Friday the 13th, but I just gotta ask, what do you think about 5?
I love 5.
Right there.
I love 5.
You and me, baby.
You know what it is about 5 that I like is how they took Jason out of it, but they still kept the character arc in it. They switched this. They kept the story up, or like the mythos of Jason in it, instead of just Halloween. Do you know the latest one that came out doing some stupid shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
They just
you and me right there.
I love that one. It was. I mean, shit. That's for actually. I got something to tell you off camera.
Oh,
all right.
All right.
But
it's an invitation to his Diddy party.
Do this.
Bring the Johnson and Johnson.
We're not having a Diddy party.
He's gonna squeeze you
in
in.
there. There's no kung fu going on at all.
I thought you said kung fu.
Kung fu. No, that's at Panda Express.
Okay. That's fair. What about Bruce Lee when he's sneaking around, comes across the Cobra snake because they know someone's sneaking around and just fucking bags him and then ends up throwing him in the control room, the snake. I'm like, I'm not touching a snake. If I see a snake, nope, I'm done.
Yo, that's what I don't care how far I travel for that mission. I'm like, yo, the mission's over. What happened? We were compromised. Gotta go.
I feel bad for the guys in the control room, so they just mind their business and say, "Oh shit, snake!"
Or just doing their job.
And he's just sitting there like, what's taking them so long?
Yeah, no, he's like, come on.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Mr. Han kills Williams in the drug den.
Yeah, I remember that.
He has him fucking hanging when he shows Roper like the whole drug operation and stuff like that, and he drops him into the water. But there was nothing in that water, right?
I think there was like alligators and shit. That's
we've watched so many James Bond films. Was it because we've watched so many James Bond films? If somebody gets dropped in water, I'm expecting to see something like a shark now.
Yep. Shark with freaking lasers on her head.
Yeah.
You said so many Bond films. We watched them all, not just so many.
Exactly. We've watched so many Bond films. Every time I see water, I just assume there's a shark in it now.
Yep.
Oh wow. You watched all of them?
That or a fight underwater.
Oh yeah, underwater fights.
Never. If you ever meet somebody named James Bond, don't go swimming or skiing with them. That is
don't go anywhere with it.
And hide your girl.
And hide your girl.
Yeah. Just keep it in passing. Yo, what's your name? Yo, if he just stops, Bond.
Hey.
All right, bye. Don't introduce yourself to me like that with last name first.
How much baby oil did James Bond go through?
Ooh.
He's so
man, Johnson & Johnson sponsors them.
Ooh.
He's so slick, he didn't need none.
Do you remember his total count?
48.
It was almost 60, I thought.
It was 58 or
48 or
58.
58. 58. He didn't get to 60. It was 58.
Rather
58 women between 25 movies.
That's rather conservative.
Yeah, it is. He couldn't get us to 60. We're hoping to get 60.
That's like
it was 58.
Me, you know?
Yeah, it was 58.
Wow.
That's just a Friday, Saturday for me.
He put together. Spoiler: you guys need to go check out us. Reviewing the whole James Bond franchise. But we put it together. I don't remember what episode it was, so this is where you guys got to dig for it. The cartoon James Bond Jr. One of the Bonds, I forgot which Bond is his dad. They're saying it's his nephew in the show, but that's the cartoon. That's just because Bond just didn't want to pay child support, so he put it on his brother. That's his kid.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense to have a child. You're James Bond. You know what I mean? Or your brother having a kid, name his kid after you. But yeah, I'm gonna name my son James Bond Jr. Why?
Yeah.
Your brother's already better than you in everything. He's a spy. Now you're gonna name
JJ Bond.
Nah.
Going back to fucking Bruce Lee when he gets a hold of the fucking nunchucks.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there's just this scene of him just fucking whipping them around. Like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking awesome to watch. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Just to see that kind of skill. Because
So
you know
fast, too.
it's fast. You know it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking phenomenal. Again, these type of films, like with these type of action films, they're so much better than the guns and explosions and all that because there's nothing better than like the hand-to-hand combat and the weapons they use in these films because it's so dope, it's so unique, and it's something where I feel like you could watch these films, you can always see something new versus okay, boom, somebody got shot. Okay, something blew up. And don't get me wrong, those are good, those are awesome, but there's just something about even having a mix or more of a martial arts kind of fighting in it that's just like, oh my god, it feels so much more badass.
Oh, and,
Yeah.
and watching this, one of the most iconic images I think of Bruce Lee's entire career comes from this movie. So he has the fight with Han. Han has fucking like Wolverine claws. And they're going through the room of mirrors. Like I have a mental image burned in my head when I think of Bruce Lee of those fucking like claw marks on him. So he's bleeding from like right here across the stomach and the ones on his face. When I see Bruce Lee, that is in my head, that is the image I fucking see that has been burned into my brain and how I'll remember him. But the scene where after he gets it across the stomach and he fucking stops and he takes his finger and then fucking tastes his blood. I'm like, oh, this is so fucking intense and awesome.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he's about to fuck you up now.
He is gonna fuck this guy up.
And it's one of the things, like, watch this as a movie, you pretend you want to be Bruce Lee, do all this other shit, that karate shit. Yo, as soon as I got cut like that, I'm done fighting.
Like, take me to the hospital.
Like, you over here just like, oh, she might pass out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
This is definitely gonna get infected.
Like, yo, you see you doing this shit, like, yo, he's about to fuck him up.
That's
Somebody
only,
get me some
that's
penicillin.
that's only scratches compared to what happens to the dude in Ninja Assassin.
Very true. Very fucking true.
Oh man, but just I don't like. There's just so much. Bruce Lee was iconic in the way he fought, and
I loved it.
Imagery, the imagery, like there's a combination there. It's like it's what I remember when I see Bruce Lee in my head is him with just fucking and those fucking tears, like he's about to just destroy whatever's in front of him.
Yeah,
he don't even have like 1% fat on him.
Not at all.
But I do think, and the only reason one of the reasons I gave this an 8 is there was a missed opportunity. I wanted to see him fight Bolo. Like I wanted to see that.
I get that though.
Yeah, I understand that. That would have made this movie a 12 for me if you fought Bolo.
Like I was expecting Bolo to kill Roper, and then Bruce Lee kind of avenge that on his mission to get to the main boss.
Yeah.
Do you guys think there'll be another star like Bruce Lee as far as movie star / with the martial arts, like as popular as he is, would say movie / you could say fighting style, or just something to go down like that?
See, because I would say Jet Li. I would have said Jet Li.
I was about to say the same thing.
IP man.
Yeah.
I think you get,
Ip Man, yeah.
But I think you get somebody like once a decade, a name that gets known, but I don't think they get to Bruce Lee level.
Well, the thing is, Ip Man is Bruce Lee's teacher.
No, real life, really?
Yeah. But the thing is, though, James is like someone like people that know Bruce Lee don't know that. You know what I mean? Like people that know of Bruce Lee, they know of Bruce Lee as being, say, the greatest martial artist of all time. I'm not saying he is, but that's what people know him as versus like this was his master, this was his sensei, this, that, and the third. I don't know if there's ever going to be somebody like that again.
No.
Like if it was just strictly fighter, yeah, you can almost say like Muhammad Ali, minus the movies and stuff, but just what he's done and stuff. But Bruce Lee, like over generations, over decades and shit, and just like I think of like MMA now, where I mean, shit, there was a fighter that just got released from the UFC. He's been fighting in it for like 14, 15 years, but his nickname, yes, it's a play from The Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy, which of course is pulled from Bruce Lee, and just stuff like that. Like you see it in fighting games. You Mortal Kombat. What's his name in Mortal Kombat?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang.
Yeah, you got
Freaking
Law
Takin.
in Tekken.
Tekken,
And
yes.
He literally had
Yeah.
the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Like,
it's like,
woo!
that is a dope inspiration to where you're like going to that many different generations of things to where like kids now will know who Bruce Lee is because of these
Yeah.
games or something else.
Yeah.
To where, I mean, shit, there was something we were talking about the yellow jumpsuit where he's doing the nunchucks thing. I don't remember what show I watched it on, but it was a badass little kid that was doing that shit. Same jump, just killing it. I'm
They-
like, holy
They
shit.
they
that kid
showed
will
they
whip
showed
my
that
ass.
they showed that scene in Last Dragon.
Yeah,
I
they did.
mean, if you look at it too, the jumpsuit, it was iconic in itself because Uma Thurman, Kill Bill,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's so fucking legendary. Like I hope that keeps going, like even after our lifetimes with this whole
Yeah.
Bruce Lee thing. Just has to keep going. It has to keep going because that dude, man. Shit.
I don't
He was
know.
the
He's
man.
tied. Bruce Lee is tied so much into the mythology of Asian kung fu. Like, just I don't even know what to call it, but he's just part of the mythology. And if anybody that gets an interest, I feel like in any kind of kung fu or fighting movie, if they dig far enough, they're going to find Bruce Lee and they're going to be like,
Yeah.
fuck, this guy's awesome.
Yeah, because a lot of the martial arts ones, I'll say probably more tournament style than Ninja Assassin. I'm sure, I'm not gonna say every single one, but I'm sure he's mentioned in a lot of them. Oh yeah, Bruce Lee, something.
Yeah.
Some sort of form, which rightfully so. Don't get me wrong, rightfully so. But I love it. I think that's real dope about with that.
Shoot, he's he he even inspired it's not a tournament movie in the same way, but he even inspired Shang-Chi. Bruce Lee.
I'm sure he has. Hell yeah, he has.
Mhm.
He had to have. All right.
Yeah, move my score up to 9. I love
9?
Bruce Lee movie. Yeah.
got you.
I love a lot of his movies. I watched a lot of Kung Fu. Drunken Monk, the Drunken Master. There's so many. I watched Kung Fu.
That's Jackie.
Well, I'm saying even though
But Jackie was in this. He got kicked in the face. He was in this.
Was he?
Yeah, he's one of the guards who got kicked in the face by Bruce Lee.
Oh wow.
Okay.
There's like a famous photo of like the foot connecting with Jackie's face. So yeah.
I watched the old school, like you got to watch subtitle Kung Fu movies.
Yeah.
And but when you hear Bruce Lee, though, like you're saying, he's so iconic. His movies just hit differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 9. I really like this. I don't know. I got to remember because I've seen a lot of Bruce Lee movies. I don't know if this is the most memorable. Like I remember a lot of this movie, but I don't know if it's my favorite one out of his. I just can't remember.
Yeah,
I think it's his most. I think it's his most famous.
Yeah, certainly because Warner Brothers is behind this.
Yeah,
and they're everywhere.
And the fact that this literally came out almost a month to the day after he died.
Yep. And that also helped because that, I mean, it's kind of morbid, but it also helped his son with the Crow.
Yeah.
Death is big business, man, in entertainment.
It really is. It's sad, but it really is. It's just like, damn, like what the fuck? These people could have had all this fortune. They already have the fame, this fortune, but it's like you care about them more because they're gone, and now you want to.
Yep.
Because I have a whole theory that the career that Keanu Reeves had would have been Brandon Lee's career had he lived.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
That's
because they're similar in a lot of ways.
Keanu Reeves is playing all the roles that I could picture. Yeah, Brandon Lee.
Yeah,
you need to save that for an episode and break that shit down.
Okay.
That is fascinating.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that is good. Wow.
Holy shit!
I never thought that. I never put that together.
Yeah.
So it's wow. All right.
So before we move on to Ninja Assassin, let's show the people what's coming up next. We don't have a wheel because we finished our what the hell is this one? Action-packed wheel. We had 4 movies left, and these are our last 2. So next weekend, and I love these films right here. Probably my favorite.
I forgot what they are.
I don't have no idea.
Action.
Oh
right
yeah,
here.
Raid 1 and 2.
Raid 1 and 2.
Oh,
Yep,
I have not seen either.
Oh my god,
Ooh, you're in for a treat, buddy.
Wow. I love these films. I cannot wait.
Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, from
Film.
beginning to end, non-stop action.
Great.
Did you see you see his new movie, Havoc, the director of the Raid 1 and 2. He has a new movie on Netflix, Havoc, with Tom Hardy.
No.
Oh,
Oh.
word?
It's pretty dope. Yeah. It's called Havoc.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
I have to check that
Yeah.
out. I'll have to check that out. But
Yeah.
listen, I'm not gonna spoil it. Well, one, because I don't remember it, and two, all I'm gonna say about the Raid 1 and 2 is shit. Buckle up.
Yeah.
Be ready.
It's kind of like,
I think I need to
for-
change my boxers.
for me, it's kind of like Raid 1 and 2 is kind of like Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, or Alien and Aliens, where like the sequel just steps up what the first one did
Yeah.
in a big bad way.
It's oh my god, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so freaking excited. I'm so excited.
Oh yeah.
Right here. And I'll tell you what, Ninja Assassin kind of puts you in that right direction for these movies because it's just as violent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude,
If not a little, I don't know what's more violent, but it's
The
Yeah,
violence in this movie, man. Oh
this
my
was
God.
this was fun.
It
Ninja
was so
Assassin-
fun.
Honestly, one of my only complaints about Ninja Assassin was the majority of it happens in the fucking dark.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
Gotta be in the shadow.
I wish there was
Yeah.
a little more light so I could see things even better.
agreed. I get that, but like James was saying, because the whole shadows thing, so I understand that as well.
I mean, I get it, but I feel like there could have been more contrast.
Yeah. But
But
gentlemen,
it's crazy. Love that movie though.
I hate name calling, so I won't call you guys that again.
Wow.
I gave this movie a 10 because I just love the violence in it. I love the action in it, and didn't really care about the story too much. Like, this was one of those ones I didn't care about the story, but everything else for me made up for it. And I understand your complaint, Chris, about the darkness in it, but it's also like in the shadows and stuff. Because a lot of the stuff that was, if it was lit better, at least when the ninjas are crawling around and shit, we would have seen that. But I guess
I get it. It was a battle for me when it came
Yeah.
to that a little bit.
But James, what do you give this movie?
I'm with you. It's a 10. This is one of my favorite. This might be my favorite, like, modern ninja.
Oh, martial arts
movie?
type. Yeah.
Just because the story's not bad. He escaped the thing. He's against the ninja clan. He's using what he was taught to stop them. So they put a hit on him. Whoever knows about the ninja gets killed. So the girl reporter or wherever she was gets the black sand. Then the violence in this, the weapons. I love when they're showing like when they're throwing the ninja shurikens.
Yeah.
And it hits them, you see the skin and blood splattering everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's just slicing them up. The scenes in this movie are so good.
They are, and I feel like the violence in this movie, it's necessary violence. It's necessary violence, and I just love how extreme and how wild and crazy they really went with it to really tell this
Slicing
story.
heads in half and everything.
Oh,
It's
it was. But stories from a bar. What about you?
I'm trying. So I can't rate this higher than Enter the Dragon for one thing, but the action scenes were awesome to the point where I almost didn't care about the story. I just wanted to see more of the action scenes.
Yeah,
and like him swinging around his fucking blade on a chain and shit like that.
I forgot that's called. I know what it's called too.
So I'm gonna give it an 8. Like the story was believable enough. Like there was enough of a story there to move the movie along. But just the fucking actions. I knew what I was getting into when I started this movie. Just fucking based on the cover. You see him with his fucking katanas there. But that fucking chain with the blade, man. I wanted to see more of that. And when they had the action, it was fucking brutal. He's slicing heads in half. There's body parts flying. There's blood everywhere. I'm like, that was just fucking fun to watch.
They tied in the ninjas having powers, like they can heal themselves.
Yeah.
It's like so much stuff. It's good. That reminded me of Naruto.
Yeah.
The ninjutsu type shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, they got a little bit of everything in this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This is something like watching this. I was like, I would love to see this shot on the big screen. I I mean, the fight with the chain shit and all of that, like seeing that going across the big screen. On top of that, I'm gonna throw in 3D because this was supposed to be 3D.
Yes, it was.
Oh man,
This,
okay, that would be
3D and this, the way they did, I think would have been real awesome. Real cool.
Would have killed myself almost immediately once I started swinging that chain with a fucking blade on it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, if I'm not put it this way, if I'm not dead, I'm in the hospital.
I'm losing a part of me I don't want to lose. That's for sure.
Coming back, like, listen, Aaron, you got to stop. You can't mess with this. Stories from a Bar just died last week from playing with this same thing. Put it down. Your whole podcast died within 3 weeks because you guys don't know how to stop shit. Well, listen, we watched Ninja Assassin. We want to start. We want to be vigilantes.
Yeah, exactly.
I could probably get it going like for a solid 30 seconds, like the swinging, but it's going to end up in my eye.
See,
right?
That's the irrational confidence
his brown eye.
For no reason. No, damn well you done tried some toy nunchucks or some fake nunchucks and then hit yourself upside the head about 17 times, spinning it once. Talking about I could probably spin this for 30 seconds.
Nunchucks are ending up in my face. That blade's ending up in the brown eye.
Right.
It's ended up somewhere you don't want it. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Or you're ripping your whole room apart. Like in there, if you're practicing, everything's off the walls and shit.
Like it didn't dawn on me. Like they make a reference of him coming to his home to his apartment and the landlord talking about how empty it is. It's because he fucking needs the space to fucking train.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Listen, I gotta lay on the. I don't need to be comfortable. I gotta lay on the damn floor. Someone's going to get me. I gotta get up and fight.
Yep.
Ain't no time for comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of those films too. Like it's like I wish I could fight like that, but I don't because I don't want those kind of problems. Just waking up fighting all the damn time. Like, I'm over here trying to read a book, and here comes somebody just crawling up the damn wall. Like fuck, man, what the fuck?
We gotta get. Hold on, haven't gotten everybody's scores.
Worst damn. What's your rating for
this one's an 8.5 for me.
8.5.
It's definitely super dope of a spectacle to watch. This is as close to a live action anime as you will ever get. Like if they ever do a solo leveling as a live action, take notes, motherfuckers. Take notes.
Yeah.
I've never thought of a anime or
this could be a film. This could be I feel like this could be a lot easily
animated would be fucking phenomenal. The fight, I
don't even need it animated. I got this. This is almost damn
near perfect. I'm just saying, like seeing this animated would be fire though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't need it animated either, but seeing this animated.
Get ready for solo leveling. It's like this.
All right. Just because, all right, I okay, people, listen. I've been saying this on Horror Research Story. I'm going to start watching this anime stuff more. I'm going to start with solo leveling. I know I told you guys this recently, but I'm going to say it again because now James is saying it. Worst Damn is saying it. Well, these two have already been saying it, and Johnny, as soon as Worst Damn mentioned it, he was just like, "Yep." So okay, I'll watch it, guys.
Check it out.
Solo leveling got me looking for other animes because I want to watch good anime. So I'm like, I gotta find something just as good as this.
I can throw you some suggestions.
He's not looking for porn anime.
Oh, he didn't say hentai? Damn.
No tentacles.
Oh, you beat me to it.
But if Lois or Miss Incredible shows up, different story.
I won't say no.
Oh man, what you got for us though, Johnny, for your score for tonight?
Oh man, so I haven't seen this movie since 2009. I watched clips when you told me the film, but I'll give it the same grade I gave it back then, 7.5. I think I'm gonna bump it up to an 8 though, because when I went on the Wikipedia after watching the clips, the John Wick guys were the guys behind the stunt coordination in the fight. So I'm like, that's why these fights are popping off. I'm like, this is like before, because they did John Wick like 5 years later after this.
Yep.
So, I got to bump it just because on that. I had to bump it up from an 8 from a 7.
Yeah, this was 2009.
What you said about Brandon Lee, and now just mentioning the John Wick movies, I'm just like, holy shit! That could have possibly have been Bruce Lee's son in those films.
For real, yeah.
Oh my god!
Because he was also, Chad Stahelski, the director of those movies, who was the stunt coordinator on this film. He was he was also Keanu's stunt double, and he was Brandon Lee's stunt double. So interchangeable. Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
We could have had a Brandon Lee speed.
All right. We just reviewed Speed last week.
Is Keanu Reeves an even whiter version of Brandon Lee?
They got the same amount of heritage.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah. Keanu's Japanese and Caucasian.
Is he?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we know who paid more. That Yakuza money.
Yeah.
Are they the same person?
Hey, we never know. He could have faked this, living in his daddy's shadow, got some work done.
That'd be nuts. Keanu, what the fuck, man?
I'm Brandon Lee.
And then Samuel L. Jackson comes out as Tupac.
Don't get me started on that, because
right here the whole time.
Don't get me started on that, because who was supposed to be Mace Windu originally?
Stop.
Mr. Machiavelli himself. Mr. Machiavelli himself.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be Mace Windu.
Which would have been interesting.
Yeah.
I love Samuel L. Jackson as that, but that would have been very interesting.
Could you imagine him yelling West Side to Palpatine? West Side.
Oh
He would have
man.
been a poet Jedi. He would have.
They would have had to have worked in
snap finger jazz.
They had to have worked in the phrase West Side somehow.
They would have, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
West Side or West
What
Wing
up,
of
Hopper?
wherever
What
he's
up,
working.
Exactly. I'm from the West Side.
What about like the only thing one of the things I wish they did more in this movie, like the backstory of his childhood going through the training he went through and stuff like that. There was a lot more of that than I expected. I feel like they could have brushed over that a little more.
I'm not
mad at it, but I kind of wanted more action. Like once I got a taste of it,
that's fair.
Because I'm like, they're spending a lot of time in the childhood now after they already had a bloody fucking introduction.
I get it though, because it kind of tells you why he left the clan, the Ninja Clan.
Well, it did, but
why
it
he left the clan.
You really don't know until the end when he's fighting the master there.
Yeah. I mean,
he falls in love with the girl that shows him there's basically a life outside of their military type training, and then watches her get killed because she chose to try to leave. And then there's a deep story in here. There really is.
And it was the guy's daughter.
You know who the actress of the actress who played the girl?
No.
Any of you guys are fans of Shogun?
I haven't watched Shogun.
The new Shogun. You haven't watched the new Shogun? She is the lead of Shogun, Anna Sawai.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's
that show got that. Like they won a bunch of awards and got great reviews. I know.
Because when I was looking at the clips again, I was looking at this. I was just like, there's so many faces that like people who have had careers after that movie came out. I'm like, oh, I've watched him in this and this. Like Hollywood, he's fucking Han from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
But like I feel like I got that taste of action like almost right away because this movie starts out with the guy like tattooing this douchebag clan with like the old tattooing way where he's just fucking banging on the needle. I'm like just watching that I felt pain. But and then they have the black sand and then the ninja that comes in and just fucking immediately slices a dude's head in half. I'm like I'm fucking into this. Yes. But then after that, there's no action because then for a while because they go into the kid and him getting trained. I'm like, all right, let's move the story along a little bit.
Yeah, that honestly, it didn't bother me too much though.
I mean, because it didn't bother me that much. That information's important, but they spend a lot of time in one area. They probably could have like cut back and forth a little more.
Yeah, that I do agree with that, and maybe made those scenes a little shorter. Like just got straight to the point of those specific points in his childhood. Just kind of get to it. Yeah, you don't have to like build up to every single portion of it. But at the same time, I didn't mind it too much. It didn't bother me at all, honestly. But I do agree with it. It could have been better like that. And I would have liked more fighting in this, as much as I enjoyed this, just because the way that the fighting was, the style of the fighting, it was just always wild. Especially if Homeboy was involved.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially if he's involved, because if he wasn't involved in the fight, it's just a slaughter. Yes, it's a slaughter either way, but it's still a fight at least. It's just a slaughter. Like everybody else doesn't have a fighting chance.
They're training him blind with the blindfold. When he's a kid and he's getting his feet whipped, that's how he meets the girl. She's putting aloe on his feet. Like there's a love story there, and I like that. That's fine. That's good motive. That's good setup for later. I like, and the fact I don't know how I feel about the older tattoo artist at the beginning talks about how he got stabbed the last time he saw that, but he has some kind of defect where his heart's like more to the side, so that's the only reason he didn't die. And this detective chick also has that same defect, which you find out about later on.
When he kept saying her heart is special.
Yeah, it's special.
He knew that.
And he knew that because of the beating and stuff, like, because he can hear that. I'm like, okay.
He's basically Daredevil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a daredevil that can see.
Yeah.
True.
That dude right there is somebody you want to have on your side, no matter what's going on.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like Daredevil action.
Like having that dude just calling him up, like, listen, man, my bad. I did it again. I got myself into some shit. Like, yeah, I accidentally bumped into somebody. They just started talking shit, and I got about 15 people after me. What are you doing?
Man, I don't know.
That's just a workout for you.
Yeah. Here they don't got weapons. They can barely fight, but you don't got to kill them or nothing. Here he comes and handles it in 3.5 seconds. And it disappears. You don't see shit.
And then, you have the agents. I got confused about who the agents, like, what their job actually was. Admittedly, like the girl, she's some kind of accountant or book person or something like that. And she's talking with the guy that's in charge of some. I don't even know what his job actually was, but they had a lot of like, is he bad? He turned on them. Oh wait, no, he's still good, but he has to play this part. Like there's a lot of back and forth. I feel like they've tried to build in some spy type stuff there. I'm like, I don't know. They just did it too quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, they tried to make him like a anti-red herring, I guess.
Yeah. The scene that kind of the little setup scene, I felt like that was a little too easy. Where the chick calls, her partner or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking on the phone and they end up meeting up, and then there's the whole fucking force there. Mm-hmm. I felt like getting to that point seemed a little too easy
for a guy that has seen everything that's coming at him before that.
But then again, I also feel like it's in the back of his head. He's like, I already know I'm getting out of this shit. Let me just get this set up to get this here to where I need it to be. Bring them to me, and then I'm gonna fuck everything up. So that's my other thought on it. But I'm just like, seemed a little too easy.
Yeah, it's still so much fun though.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah! Like because you get more violent because of that happening. You get more violence and more fighting. So I'm happy about that.
Oh
part.
yeah,
just like the way that it kind of got together.
The Ninja Clan wipes out the police force as the girl's trying to save him or uncuff him to get out of there. It's a great action scene, and you go into traffic. And now that you say it's the John Wick. Coordinators. I'm like, they obviously pulled a lot of this into the John Wick franchise after.
For sure.
Because the whole where they're going through the traffic and there's cars all around and the sword fighting in the traffic. Like I literally just watched John Wick 4 finally for the first time, like last week. I'm like, holy fuck, man. I'm like, there's a lot of mirroring there, like back.
Yeah. It's kind of like Proto Wick.
Yeah.
You see the nucleus of what's going to become.
And then he's injured and she plants the homing device in him to find out where the actual base is for the Ninja Clan.
Which was it was a risky move she did.
It
ended up working, but it was still one of those things. Well, dude rips it out of his stomach and all that. But it was still one of those things, I guess. That part didn't bother me too much. And I kind of, I haven't seen the movie in years, but still, I kind of expected it. Something like that. I was like, something has to happen.
Well, here's the question. What they've been hunting him to kill him for however long now. Big fights. They literally take him from a bed to bring him back to this place without killing him. They've been trying to kill, like, what? Just fucking stab him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't that the point? Fucking kill him?
I think it was more of the things. Now they got him wounded. The master was like, all right, he's hurt now. He's damn near dead. Bring him back. Let me be the one to take him out.
But even that didn't happen when they brought him
No,
back.
it didn't.
Nope.
It definitely didn't. Like, can you imagine that though? Like being a part of this group, and it's just like, listen, you guys have to go after him and take him out, and then you see that he took out like 70 of your members. I'm just gonna be like, listen,
I'm going into hiding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this. But the thing is, like, I would think I'd want to go into hiding, but then it's like I got all these motherfuckers after me now. Like shit, but I ain't fighting like him. I have to go try to meet him up in the morning. I'm like, listen,
I'll just lay on the ground like he got me already.
Exactly. Fake your death. That's how you.
You better hope that works. They're too smart for that shit. They hear your heartbeat from a mile away.
Oh man.
I don't
know, man. The action in this is awesome. I feel like there's a really good story in here, actually. If they wanted to take the time to really develop that, I feel like it would have added to it. Like, I feel like they rushed it in some parts. If you're like this movie, to their credit, I mean, this movie's only like an hour and 39 minutes.
Yeah.
So to their credit, like, it was entertaining. But if you wanted to flush out the story more and make this 2 hours, you could if it's well written.
Oh,
yeah, it's possible.
Definitely. I feel like they definitely could have, but they're probably just like, you know what? We don't need to with this one. We do not need to with this one. With this type, with what's going on in this movie, just I mean, the fighting alone tells its own story.
Yeah, I didn't connect with the female agent at all, or what her story was, or even
you know what it is? It's because they were kind of like thrown together.
They were thrown together, and they did it real quick. Like, all of a sudden, these cops are after a ninja clan.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, there's no real connection as to why they'd be after them.
Again, though, this is why I said for the story, for me, I didn't. For those parts of the story, didn't care. Now, if the fighting sucked in it, that's different.
I feel like you have two different movies here. You have, is his name like Rizzo or something? Whatever they're calling it.
Rizzo.
I feel like they were torn a little bit between decisions here. Like, you could have a movie strictly based on his upbringing, him leaving the clan and trying to avenge the killing of the girl he was in love with, and just not even bothered with the police detectives and like that scenario, like that.
Yeah, you didn't need that.
I don't think you could write a movie like that and have been fine. In fact, that might have been even better. Or if
honestly,
you're gonna bring in this detective aspect where they're hunting them, you need to connect them at a personal level a little bit more than they did, because I feel like they rushed it. There was no deeper understanding as to, there's these murders that have happened. Let's go, and I think it's ninjas. Let's look into that.
You basically just described Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that's literally. I was like, yo, this is exactly the origin story of Snake Eyes.
Like, I feel like they were torn between two decisions here, a little bit.
Yeah. I think they wanted to tell like a little bit of both. Like, we need to have some backstory, but
you know what movie remind me of when she was going to the one detective guy saying, this year, this happened this year. I think it's ninjas. It reminded me of Point Blank when they found out it was surfers.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh my god. Surfers. That was
which I still can't believe how close, almost like shot for shot, Fast and Furious Part 1 is.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Point Blank
with cars.
It's crazy.
He said that same thing last week. It's Point Break with cars, or no, you said it's Fast and Furious with surfing.
Yeah. Fast and Furious is just Point Break with cars. It literally is. It's got the surfer dude and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, fuck, man. Fuck. I
I don't know. This was still fun, man. Just the action in this alone.
Great
was
time.
entertaining.
It was a good fun 1-2 punch. Like you have this martial arts movie from the 70s, which has a better story, I'll say. I just had to go for this movie overall. That's why I gave it a higher rating. And then you just have this one, I feel.
Like the halfway point.
Say that again?
My girl caught it from like the halfway point, and she was in it, bro. She was.
Which Ninja Assassin?
She was locked in? Yeah.
But I'm just the slow motion when they show him spinning the chain with the blade on it, cutting off limbs, and just the blood flying. I like they slow it down every time there's something fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like, so it was some fun cinematography and shit like that in the action scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it well.
I mean, it's 2 years after 300 at that point. Slow-mo was like the thing then. Everything had slow-mo.
It's true.
You do it at you can overdo it, but if you do it at the right moment.
I mean, it happens with every certain trend, like real popular, cool trend with everything. But just because we're speaking films where they have this thing. Remember when not every movie, but it started with, I don't remember what movie or show with the rapping grandmas. Then we started seeing that. It'd either be in a movie or a show you would see it.
Yep.
And I'm just like,
what?
Okay. The rapping
grandmas.
The rapping grandmas in movies or something. Or a show.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And all
like every kid's movie, there's a rapping grandmother at a certain point.
I'm like, why? Why do we need it? Was funny.
Why
the
not?
First 2 times. Now we have it in everything. It lost its luster. But yeah, that's kind of like I forgot what the hell we were talking about. But that
I blame Nick.
We were talking about.
I blame the scene snubs.
We're talking about how slow-mo was like a fad at that
slow-mo,
time.
yeah.
That's right.
Slow-mo fad. That's what it was. Yeah. Thank you, Johnny.
Even movies that didn't need slow-mo had slow-mo.
Like, to the point where it doesn't make sense.
Bullet time changed it all.
Hashtag Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
Kung Fu.
That's not what I said.
No, I know, but that's what I said earlier. I said he should have been having Kung Fu tournaments with the stuff he was doing.
And I blame the scene snobs.
But he was having, different kind of tournaments.
Mick, I love you.
I think he stepped away because he was going to do something. He's solving a murder.
Yeah, he's solving a murder.
He's busy.
Him and Batman.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I miss you, Mick.
He does. He misses you so much it hurts.
That's true. There's an aching in my loins.
My dad left me again.
I can't wait for him to hear this. I can't wait for him to listen to this episode. These last few minutes, you guys just talking about how much miss him as a father figure or
it's
a
true.
lover,
He was our father figure, and now James and I are minorities, and we're feeling it hard.
But
and you still got no milk for your cereal.
Yeah. No milk for your cereal.
I'm
No
scared.
cigarettes to smoke because you're stressed.
I'm scared. I'm alone. I need you, Mick.
Oh man. There's always something random going on in
This
this
is
show.
what happens with one more colored person on camera.
Yeah.
One more colored person, and forget about it. We gotta
Anarchy.
make sure there's a balance. I miss you. I need you.
Now they need a balance. Before, but it was
like, yeah, invite more of your friends on. Oh, they're Caucasian. Yeah, as many as you want.
3 years. Yeah, it's just rough. Yeah, listen. So what we're getting at, we need more minority podcasters that are in the movie category, not just hip hop and all that. Because everybody on the black podcasters doing like the same shit. It's hip hop and all this other shit. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones talking about movies. We need some more over here so they can be guests over
Talk
here.
about movies, yeah.
Fun times.
Yes. But before we do, we are going to wrap this up. Before we do wrap this up, and Johnny will have his link for us because he's going to join us again next week.
Yes.
But he is starting a podcast. He has his first episode out. So
nice.
Johnny,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about that, good sir.
Absolutely. You can go ahead and go into your Spotify's or your Apple podcasts and look up Johnny Loves Movies. You can also check me out on TikTok as Johnny Loves Movies, where I do like quick out of the theater reactions and I talk about the movie that I've seen and I rate and review it. And then when you listen to the podcast, I'll also go into like a deeper dive and discussion about the themes of the movies, or I might just rank it, or I don't know. It's like a party there, 24 hours every day. So yeah, TikTok, Johnny Loves Movies for my TikToks, and then Johnny Loves Movies for the podcast on Spotify and Apple TV. And fuck Google, because Google is holding my podcast back, and Amazon. But once I work it out with Amazon and Google, they'll be there too as well.
He's gonna take those fucks back, is what he's saying.
He's gonna destroy some big companies.
I'm gonna say this again, Johnny.
Yes.
Again. Anytime you're a guest on someone's show and they say, "Yo, do you have links?" Don't say no.
Exactly. Ooh.
You got an Instagram?
Oh yeah, I do have an Instagram. Thank you. Oh my god, I didn't plug it. I'm also a stand-up comic, so you can also look me up on Instagram. JFunny_1990. Where right now you see my personal stuff, but you'll start to see my stand-up gigs and stuff on there as well. So I'm trying to really just kid it out. But yeah, I was slipping with the links, cuz I ain't gonna lie, I was slipping with the links.
Johnny STURD-O-VISION?
Yeah, that's me. That is I. You put my whole government name out
Follow
there.
it right now.
Put my whole government name up out there.
You put it out there, man.
I'm gonna let you in on another little secret about this podcast. Chris is a spot blower upper.
Yeah.
He's our DJ academic.
That's his
He's
name.
the cop.
It says Johnny STURD-O-VISION.
Man, you got it all about there now. Yeah.
But there was a few weeks ago, right, where James, it was one of our Bond episodes.
He's not a businessman. He's a business.
I'm a business man.
Yeah.
He was James was quiet. He was high as shit. So I said it like our private chat. Like, yo, James is high as shit. And Chris just reads it. Yo, James is high as shit right now. How would you say that to us? He was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But
Confirmed.
I'll talk to you after when we wrap this up. But
Aaron, I hate to break it to you, but I have a new black man in my life, and his name's Johnny.
Hi.
Since I came into this man's life, he now has a black cousin, which has nothing to do with me, but it just happens.
Yeah, he's tainted the family bloodline. Yes,
and now, yeah,
I have no choice. That one was by force.
Force. Your cousin just wanted some seasoning in her food and in her soul.
And her other hole.
Hey,
No. Too far.
That's his cousin.
Yeah, man.
You said too far. You were just talking about messing with his mom.
My bad. Yeah. What the fuck?
That's different.
Chris, cousins are allowed. Remember the white rule.
No, they're not.
Not in the north.
Cousins are
That's
fair
only in
game.
the south. You're not that far south.
Wow. All right. Make sure you go check out Chris over at Stories from a Bar.
Do it.
Worst Damn Gamer. You know where to find him. Anywhere he goes, he does a lot of shit. He's gaming. He's doing motivational speaking. He has a podcast. He teaches Spanish in his backyard. He does a lot.
Landscaping classes. It's summertime.
That's true.
That's right. Landscaping classes. I try to take them, but my ancestors aren't too happy with that.
You don't have green thumb.
He's good with cotton plants though.
I went out there with yard work
And tobacco.
No more of that.
Tobacco.
That's funny.
There's some watermelon in there.
Playing the guitar, all this other
Make
stuff.
some watermelon?
You can find your boy Sturdy every Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time, or Sir Sturdy, 10 o'clock Friday nights. So we're going to be moving to 11 on Fridays and 11 on Saturdays. We'll be doing some gaming with Sturdy. But Sturdy's on vacation now, so I may or may not game tonight. But with that being said, thanks for popping by. Peace. Peace, peace. And again, thanks to our guests. Had a great time. Hope you had fun with us.